Hey, what's up, guys? This is Lee Teodori coming at you with one of my vehicles. This is my 1994 Mazda Miata. I picked it up like 2 or 3 months ago. It's in really good shape. It's got 98,000 miles on it, and it's a 5-speed with a 1.8. I threw on these aftermarket Grip Royal Rota G's with some G-Force Rival S's. Originally, when I picked this thing up, I wanted to throw a turbo at it, you know, make some power, maybe push it closer to 300 horsepower, see what I could do with it. Well, recently, I got myself into a little jam. So here's what happened. Yeah, this thing's kind of squashed up on the front driver's side corner here. So basically what happened was I was on the highway, stop and go traffic. For those of you out in Connecticut, you know about 91 in the morning. 91 south, I was traveling on that. I was in the left lane, and we were going. I was following the flow of traffic, and all of a sudden, in front of me, I see somebody slam on their brakes. Lady slams on her brakes. I see it coming. I slam on my brakes, kind of overreact a little bit. This thing, having these semi-slick tires and no ABS, since it was a little bit rainy out, the thing just locked up. I'm sliding towards this lady, and I'm like, oh, so I see this whole entire accident coming. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna stop in time. So what do I try to do? I try to avoid the whole situation. So I start turning out of the way. I let off the brakes so I can turn, and I'm trying to look into my passenger side to see if there's anybody in the next lane so I can get into that lane. And I didn't look quick enough, didn't react quick enough, and boom. So yeah, here's where I'm at. It was kind of one of those situations where it was a perfect storm. You know, you get yourself into a little pickle. Should I have been, you know, further back? Yeah, I should have. So now the insurance company's doing their thing. Blah blah blah. I have no coverage on this thing, so it's up to me to fix it. I decided what better opportunity to fix this thing up and throw it up on YouTube, make kind of like a little series out of it. Yeah, so what's damaged? So obviously you can tell front bumper's trashed. The hood headlight bucket is trashed. The fender is trashed. Corner lights and the turn signal light is trashed. Hood's got a little bit of damage up in the corner here. This piece, I have this piece in the trunk. It just popped off. It looks like it's still good. Didn't really take a good look at it. I just picked it up off the ground on the highway and, you know, threw it in the car. What else? It runs and drives fine. Besides, obviously, like scraping or rubbing a little bit up in the front here. But besides that, it tracks straight. I can let go of the steering wheel. No problem there. Let's see. There's a little bit of a, if I get the light on it, a little bit of a crinkle right where that bolt is. Right in between those two wires. That bolt, from there down, there's a nice crease in that inner fender. So, yeah. There's a lot of work to do in this thing. What I'm going to start with is just, you know, pulling off the fender, pulling off the bumper, pulling out the headlight, and see where I'm at. Because it looks like I might be doing a core support on this bad bitch, and or a header panel. I don't really know until I get in there and look at it. Because this piece is supposed to go throughout the headlight, yet it's creased and tucked up in there. So yeah, we got some work to do. Is it possible to fix this in your garage? definitely. Depends on if the frame is tweaked or not. That's kind of like one of the steps that I gotta take when I get everything pulled off of this thing. I gotta, take some measurements, corner to corner there, corner to corner here, and kind of see if everything's square. If it's not square, then I'm gonna have to bring this to a frame machine and get it tweaked back to shape. And then I can start throwing parts back on. I already do have a fender and a headlight lined up for this thing for about $200, but it's secondhand, so it's OEM. It's gonna need to be resprayed. That's also my other plan. Let me back it up a little bit. I'm gonna throw all the new parts on it. Hopefully, if it's fixable, get this thing back up to its original condition, and then kind of do a whole respray on this thing. The paint's in good shape as it is, but you would think, black is black and you can match it easily, but that's not the case. I mean, black is kind of a hard color to match perfectly because, believe it or not, there's a lot of different shades of black. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix her up, get it all back into good condition, and then do a full respray on this thing. Hopefully pick up a hard top too, so I could do all that at once. But you guys know how the hard tops are on these things. They're like $1,000 and up. If I can find one for like $800 and less, that needs a little bit of work. I don't mind. I'm not opposed to that. So yeah, I'm obviously gonna bring you guys along for the ride. I like doing YouTube videos. I like kind of documenting to see the progress myself. So why not kill two birds with one stone and throw it up on YouTube? Yeah, so that's that. Basically, from here on, I think I'm gonna just do one of those time lapses and just go for a whole breakdown on this front end, at least on this corner. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so after about 4 hours of work, we are disassembled. We got the bumper off, we got the fender off, we got that headlight, I don't know what you call it, bracket out. Hood's still on. Unable to prop it up with the prop rod because that is attached to the headlight bracket on this side, so I'm gonna have to use a piece of wood in the meantime. Yeah, so it looks pretty effed. But it's really not horrible. The biggest thing is if the frame got tweaked or not. But I want to really try to save this thing because I want to see if I could do it. And I want you guys to see that you can actually do this in your garage with limited resources. Well, the next step, we will pull this guy out using a come along and a tree somewhere. Don't know which tree yet. Or the lolly column. Excuse the messy garage, by the way. We are kind of like in the middle of rearranging stuff. So anyways, yeah, the next step would be to see if it's square, pull the frame, pull the fluff around the frame here and see what's salvageable versus what's not. Yeah, this will be a good adventure, I think. So stay tuned for more. I forgot to show you this too. You can actually see where the seam sealer has cracked. So there's some work to do on this thing. We got some work to do. Alright guys, see you in the next one.